Hey, welcome back for another episode of Urban EDC Gear. I'm your host, Jeff Smith, and today we're going to be reviewing this bad boy, the Artisan Cutlery D2. I got to meet the designer. As you can see, I got the autograph too, Mallery. He's the man. Let's review this thing. Let's check it out. And before I roll the intro clip, I'm going to do something new today. I'm going to give a shout out to all my new subscribers on YouTube and IG. So stick around for that at the end. All right. Whoop.
Last Christmas, my wife and I were fortunate enough to be able to travel back home to Atlanta to see some family and friends, as well as make our way up to Boston to catch a Patriots game.
Let's go, baby!
We went to Cabela's, in a gun range with a massive outdoors enthusiast store the size of a Wally World attached to it, called Adventure Outdoors. Both of these places seem to be a lot more focused on guns than knives, which is fine unless you're shopping for a knife like me. Their knife selections were limited to just the usual big-name brands, and everything was full Msrp and then some. Being Christmas time, I was on the hunt for something special. My mom introduced me to the world of antiquing. I picked up all kinds of cool vintage stuff, like comic books, records, and cameras, and I even found an old knife. I have no idea what kind of steel this is or anything like that, but it's from Pakistan, so it's probably old Russian bullet shells and landmines. Due to suddenly turning 12 years old again, I was on the hunt for more comics at a comic book store. So we found Dr. No's in Marietta, Georgia, or Canton, Georgia. When I got out of the car, I looked to my right, and I saw, out of the corner of my eye, a store with a sign that said, Knives, in blue letters on a white vinyl sign. We immediately turned and went right into that store. If you're a knife fan in Atlanta, this place is a must visit. This place is wall-to-wall knives. Unfortunately, I didn't take any pictures at the time, because I'm a moron who was overcome with glee. So here are some pictures of the Facebook page. While there, I met the designer of the Archaeo, Mallery. Man, let me tell you, this is just a super friendly dude. Super humble and down to earth. On top of that, he just happens to be a badass designer. I have the D2 steel medium forest green model, and my first impression of the Archaeo is that it is slim, lightweight, and shaped like it won the land speed record at the Bonneville Salt Flats. With its aerodynamic blade shape, thoughtful design touches, and unique handle ergonomics, this knife easily stands apart from the pack. This is a knife that will feel right at home the moment you pick it up, and will surely find a way to the top of your EDC rotation. If this is your only knife, I would have no problem recommending this one. The Archaeo features a high flat grind. The Wharncliffe shape excels at cutting and slicing tasks. That is what I use my knives for primarily, opening packages, and even on occasion I'll open a package or two. When I'm not at work, I use my knives to cut ropes, paracord, and any other general cutting task that presents itself, no matter how minor. No cutting task is too small of an excuse to whip out the blade, am I right? The blade has subtle jimping on the aft section of the blade spine. It's low profile and smooth enough that it doesn't dig in your skin. The blade also features a knockout-style thumb slot for opening. Admittedly, it may just be my fat, greasy thumb, but it's not that easy to open the knife with. The Artisan Cutlery logo is small and placed in a tasteful location, as not to detract from the overall beauty of the blade. On the back side, you will find the model number. Even though it says serial number, Dylan assured me it's really just the model number. Dylan and Mallery's name and his logo underneath, as well as the origin of manufacturer, in this case, China. The blade on this model is made up of D2 steel, though there are options all the way up to M390 steel at an additional cost. This is a solid general purpose steel that is commonly found in the $25 to $75 price range. It's a tool steel and it's known for its ability to keep an edge. In my experience, it's one of the tougher steels to sharpen, but not so much so that I wouldn't buy a knife because of it. Typically, it will just add 10 minutes to my sharpening job overall. I use the KME sharpening system, if you're wondering. The ergonomics of the G10 Archaeo is easily one of my favorite things. It really lends itself well to precision work. I feel as if I'm holding a dagger or even a letter opener. It really makes you rethink handle design and what it actually feels to be comfortable. Typically, I'll opt for a large handle because it feels better in my large hands, but man, this handle just adds to the feeling that you're holding something precise. My only slight issue is personal in nature, as my ring finger does ride on the aft raised section a bit, so if you have small to medium-sized hands, I think it would feel even better for you. Dylan did tell me it was designed for people with medium-sized hands in mind. I still like the way it feels overall though. The deployment of the blade is handled via flipper. The detent is a high-pressure detent. Deploying the knife takes a bit of pressure, but when it does deploy, it fires out with authority. This is also due in part to the ceramic bearings the blade rides on, which is a nice touch. I've had no issues with misfires after about 3 weeks of daily carry. I really like pushing in the liner lock to close the knife. It's actually one of those knives you just kind of whip out and play with when you're bored. I can really get my meaty thumb in there. There's no hard edge or pain when pushing down on it. It's got a bit of a travel from center to left, so it feels springy in a good way. It gives you obvious feedback when the blade is ready to close. When it does close, the flipper acts as a safety guard so your thumb doesn't get caught while you're trying to close the blade. The polished aluminum deep carry pocket clip is well done. There are 2 T6 screws that attach to the handle, and they leave enough room to allow for your jeans. The handle features 2 sets of pocket clip holes which allow for ambidextrous carry, but there is no option for tip-down carry. You'll be in a long-term commitment with Mr. Tip-Up here. The handle also features a lanyard hole located in the aft section of the back spacer, subtle jimping adjacent to the flipper, and an orange anodized color that surrounds the T8 pivot screw. There are other color combinations for this knife, as well as material options like titanium with M390 models. The only issue I had with this knife is pretty minor, and it's with the centering. When I first bought it, it was fine, but the pivot screw loosened up on me over the course of a few weeks, thus affecting centering. This really isn't an issue with the Archaeo alone. Knives in this price range can do this, as well as some of the higher end stuff. It just happened sooner than usual with my particular copy of this knife. I've looked around online and I haven't seen any other posts about the Archaeo and having centering issues. Luckily, there are a couple easy fixes for this issue. Pull out the pivot screw and put some purple Loctite on it, or wrap it with Teflon tape and reinstall it to your desired tightness, and basically never worry about it again. At an MSRP of $66, it can often be found for around $50 on sale at places like KnifeCenter.com. Blade HQ does not have the D2 version, they only carry the M390 versions. Amazon also doesn't cover the knife in D2. And just a word of caution, when you click buy movie on Amazon, there's no confirmation box. If you click it, it buys. Alright, well I guess I'm watching Mighty Ducks today. Pros: lightweight, perfect for EDC, long, utilitarian precision blade, good ergonomics, unique aesthetically pleasing design, easy to get in and out of the pocket, easy to open close, pleasing G10 grip texture. Cons: no option for tip down carry. My copy has a small issue with centering. Recommended? Hell yes.
Alright, here's the new thing I'm doing. I'm just going to give a shout out to all the new people I got on IG and YouTube in the order that I received them, to the best of my ability, because my tracking isn't perfect. Alright, here we go. On IG, Ricardo Wepa. I work with this guy, I love him, he's my buddy, and he's a really funny dude. I'm gonna have him on the show pretty soon. Next is Mr. Labuguen, also a co-worker. Mr. Naki, what's up Naki? John Pascua, what's up Mr. Pascua? Mr. McConnel, also I work with that guy. He's got a lot of cool knives and some cool watches too. Derek, I'm gonna put that out there, just Derek. I'll put his IG in the channel below. He goes by Dreckonking34 Knight's Armory from YouTube and IG also, One Knight's Armory. This is a cool dude. I got to go back and forth him a little bit on IG. He's got a blacksmithing channel. He makes a lot of cool stuff, and he's got a cool beard. Well, he did have a cool beard, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna go back by the time winter rolls around, because I think he misses it. Also, we got watchNcarry. I met this guy on IG and YouTube. Next on the list, we have Frankie. What's up, Frankie? How you doing, man? Thanks for all your help last week, or this week, and I guess all weeks, because you're a good dude. He's got a lot of stuff, man. He knows a lot about the EDC world. He's been my right-hand man lately. I'm gonna butcher this. Hej Svejs. I'm gonna go ahead and try and say that. Hej Svejs. It's butchered. Sorry, man. That guy's on YouTube. Duderus. This was a pretty active commenter I had on a couple of my videos. So what's up, Duderus? How you doing, man? I also found that that knife. You had put me up to a challenge to find a certain kind of knife, and I found it. I never got your reply. Walt Reven Jr. at Ozark Imagery. Big Bore Knife and Gear on YouTube. Dennis Snopp on YouTube and IG. His name is Shitty Knife. He's I think in Switzerland, man. He's a really cool dude. He's got a whole theme thing going on. So yeah, I'm trying to do part of that. This week it's nerdy, so if you have anything that's nerdy and you want to post it, hashtag shitty knife theme, and he'll repost you. It's a pretty cool thing he does every week. This week it was nerdy, and last week I think it was America. T Flores 1581, how's it going, man? That's on YouTube. BillieJefferson, this lady's running for president in 2023. She's a really cool lady, man. I really like this girl. She's got some cool spoken word poetry on her channel. Very colorful person. Travels a lot too. And finally, Shoji. What's up, Kyle? How you doing, man? I want to give a special shout out to Alien Gauge and LCM Customs. These guys are doing some work for me. Alien Gauge is just finished making a really, really special knife for me, man. This thing is going to be beautiful. I already really like this knife. He showed me some progress pictures of it getting made, and man, that thing is incredible. This guy, he knows what he's doing. Oh, and he made a sheath. How cool is that? And LCM Customs, thanks, man. You're making a hank for me. I'm going to be showcasing that probably a lot in every video, to be honest, because I'm going to put it right here so the camera can see it. It's going to be cool. I can't wait to get that, man. I'm looking forward to that. And that's it, man. So thanks, everybody. Thanks for coming around. Thanks for the support. And also, of course, my wife, who always... I wouldn't be able to do this without her. I'd probably be starving in a ditch somewhere, freezing cold, just a mess. So thank you, baby. I love you. Yeah, so thanks, everybody. Thanks for the support. Thanks for subbing. I'm looking forward to 2020. We can do some great things this year. I've already got I'm looking at a pile of stuff I got over there. I got a lot of shit to fucking cover, man. It's gonna be a lot. That's a lot of videos, man. This one took me 20 hours to make. So, but it's worth it. It's for me, it's for you, and it's for everybody. All right. Peace out.